Alright, hi guys. It's Joy from JJ with Joy, and I'm just making tags, and I thought I would spend a few moments just doing this online so you could see what I'm doing. All I did was cut the, well, first of all, this, you can either use stamps to stamp out whatever you want. I used Brutus Monroe stamps to cut, or this is his own signature, words, the way he writes words. And it's a stamp set that clicks together. And so that's what I decided to use to make these. And all I did was stamp them on different colors of paper, and then I inked around them as I'm placing them down. I hope I'm in frame. Barely. Sorry about that. I'm leaving enough space that I can get an eyelet on that side. And what I'm doing is, on some of these, I am actually, I'm actually putting some on this side and some on this side, because when you hang them on a tag, you may want them different directions. And I've made more than 2 or 3 of these. Another thing that I'm doing, is, look how inky my hands are. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm making just a banner edge with this. And I'm just cutting it. If it's not perfect, it's quite all right. I don't have a banner cutter, so I'm doing the best I can. And once I get these all on here, I've inked around the edges, then I'm placing them, and then after I have them placed, I'm going to go back and ink them again. Let me get a long word here. Nope, that one's too long. Too long, too little, too big. Let's see. This word's kind of in between. So I'm going to go, after I get them all on there, I'm going to go back and ink them around the edges again, and then I'm going to use an eyelet setter to do it one and set the eyelets in it. And then I'm going to do some little beads and put them on it, or strings, or anything like that. So what I want to do is, I just wanted a bunch of words. And, I might leave some of these just so I have words too. I probably should do that. I got my Kleenex in the way. I think I will just do that. I'm going to leave some that are just words, because every so often you just need a word. And then I'm going to keep all of these for, put them in a Word file. Not a Word file, you know what I mean. Put them in the file cabinet so that they can be an easy grab word. That's all we're going to do with them. Oops. I haven't got too many left. I hope I have enough of the paper to get through them all. So just busy work, getting it done. I have some events coming up, so I thought these might be good for that event. And that's it. Let's see, I have, 3 more. Let's see what I can do if I have enough room. I made extras of nature and wild because that is my favorite that I actually do. I do nature and wild. I do nature. I do wildlife. That's my favorite journal to do. And I did some hope, grace, I don't know what all. I did the journey, smile. If I do both of these like this, I can probably get them both there and cut these short. That's what I'm going to do, because I don't want to have to cut a whole nother piece of paper. Well, I wouldn't have to, actually. I probably have some in the drawer in my little storage area. So, anyway, that's all that gluing stuff to do. if you have this glue and you have trouble that it dries out before, you know, like you didn't put the tip on it before too long, there's a little tip to this. If you just stick it in as far as it'll go, and say a lot of times it'll only go just this far, pull it right back out, and then put it right back in, and it will go right back in perfectly. So now you know a secret, don't you? Okay, I'm just using vintage photo on all of these because I don't care. I'm going to do the fronts and I'm going to do the backs. And I'm doing it like this for the new people that don't know how to ink. Oops. I'm going at a slant because if you go straight up and down, then you don't get a pretty look. Oops, I got to do the back. I said I'm doing the fronts and I'm doing the back. And all I'm doing is just inking the edges. I meant to put more ink on these actually, just to kind of make it look vintagey, dirty, whatever. And that's it. Get a hole in it, set the eyelet in it, which is the little, if you don't know what an eyelet is, you get the eyelets and stuff. You can get them at Hobby Lobby or wherever. I mean, you know, your craft shop. And then you put a hole in with the machine, and it has escaped me what the name of that darn machine is. I guess I could do one instead of doing this for you. Big Shot? Is that what it's called? No, I don't know what it's called. Oh, hang on, let me get it, because you know it's going to drive me crazy now that I don't know. So, one moment, please. Sorry. This thingamajigger puts a hole and an eyelet. Big bite. You buy these like this, and you put different colors. And since that says bold, I'm going to use a gold one. Am I in frame? Let me look real quick. And I'll do it that way you see the whole process of what I'm doing. So I can see the whole one. So there is a knob here. And if you move it this way, it punches the hole here. Oops, there's a minute in there. Let me get my pokey tool and get that out of there because I don't want paper in there already. Okay, so this punches the hole. This moves up and down to set your size for you. So you can just put it in. You want it kind of centered. That doesn't look centered. Move it out just a little bit. Doesn't really matter for this. But let me kind of see. Let me see. Here. All right. That's just going to punch the hole. And then you move it this way. And you're going to put your eyelet right here over the top of this. And there's instructions that tell you which one of these to use because these will flip up and over for different things. So this actually goes on top of there. And then that goes, you make sure that the side that you want to put, so this is the front side, that goes up. And I'm going to see if I can do this without knocking it off. And then you just squeeze the trigger, keep your fingers out of the way. I'm going to set it down to smash it. And that's all you do, and you get your eyelet on there. So, fancy little machine for a little play toy. Anyway, I'm going to add a bulb pin, B-U-L-B for the newbies. It's a bulb pin or a garment pin, and I will make something to put on this. Different thing. I might put a charm. I'm planning on putting some, hanging some beads off of a string is what I'm planning on doing. So that's my little project today. You can put anything on it if you want to put eyelash trim or a little piece of fabric. And you can print off of the internet. You can go on like a Word document to make your words. Just make sure you have enough space on top and on bottom, and so you can cut around them. And I used just harder cardstock for the outside, so this is a little thicker material. But that's what I'm doing today. So there you go. Thanks for joining. Remember, your day is full of choices, so choose joy.